Greetings, fellow reselling addicts, because that's what we are. This is kind of like a support group. I'm Suzanne A. Wells, your host, and this is episode number 60 of eBay the Right Way. Today's date is May 11th, 2022. Carla City is my guest in today's podcast. And before we start, in case you missed it on social media, I have set up a limited time free sneak peek at all of the content in the premium library. I'm offering this gift to the eBay community in celebration of posting my 500th video this week and the 4-year anniversary of my school. I started the premium library back in May of 2018. And this is a tremendous and valuable resource that many more sellers can benefit from. And it really is a case of you don't know what you don't know. So during this limited free trial, you have access to all 500 videos, podcasts, customer service scripts, flowcharts, everything. I have designed this library in done-for-you style, meaning I've done the research and explained everything for you. All you have to do is watch and learn and apply the knowledge, and then you make more money. This free trial is so that you can see for yourself and determine if the information can help your specific business. And because I want you to have the full experience of the premium library during the limited free trial period, you'll receive all of the same benefits as paid members, including access to 500 videos that you can download and keep forever, unlimited email support with me anytime you need help or have a question, and any new content that is added during your free trial period. One of the most appealing things about the premium library is that there are no ads, so the lessons and videos are not interrupted with advertising. That is a really refreshing concept, isn't it? And if you decide the premium library isn't for you, no problem. You will not hear from me again. So there is no reason not to give it a try. It's completely free and a whole new world of superior quality eBay education. And there's something in there for everybody, whether you're brand new or whether you've been selling for 20 years. One of my favorite things to hear from my students is, "Oh, I didn't know that." And this comes from sellers of all experience levels because nobody can know everything. So I have done the research, compiled the information, and made it available to you in an easy to consume format. So if this risk-free trial sounds like something you'd like to try, just email me at suzanne@suzanneawells.com and we can go from there. No pressure, no sales pitch, because I am not a salesperson. I'm a teacher, but I just need to give you the access code so you can check out the information. So just drop me an email and I will get you set up and you can explore the content and decide if it is for you, and most importantly, if it can help your eBay business. Okay, that being said, let's get into the conversation with Carla.
Hey everybody, today I have Carla City,
and we are going to chat about eBay. And where are you located, Carla?
I am in Wisconsin. I'm in the Milwaukee area.
Okay. Do I say I'm sorry, or do you
You're
love
sorry at the moment, yes. Okay, because the
you
weather's
love the snow and cold?
right. I mean, last weekend it was in the 80s, and now it's 40s. So
Well, and
it
that's
is
Georgia
Wisconsin.
too. One day we're like, oh, when's the pool going to open? And then we're like, oh, I need my coat. It's just,
Hmm.
what's the deal?
I
So,
know. I'm seeing people with hat and gloves, so it's getting annoying.
yeah. So, we will eventually get to warm weather. So,
In July.
for you. Okay. And we had to work out a schedule to get you on this podcast because you
Right,
have
right.
a regular job outside of
Mhm.
eBay.
Right.
What do you do there?
I am a service desk at a basically it's a gas station grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
People will come into, they think it's a gas station because, well, of course, there's the pumps there. And when they come into the store, they just like, oh, wait a minute, this is a grocery store. And it's just fun to watch their reaction every time they come in. So, I mean, it's a cute little, I call it the fun size grocery store.
Okay. Is it a national chain or is it just
It's a
there?
Wisconsin chain.
Okay.
It's basically, they're out of West Bend,
Mm-hmm.
and they only go there's only so far they can go because they don't want to be too far from the warehouse.
Okay.
Okay.
I thought you might have been talking about Buc-ee's.
Oh, it's Sendix.
Do you know what Buc-ee's is?
I've heard of Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is not in Wisconsin, really. So.
Okay, well, I think we have two in Georgia. One is about an hour from me. And
Right.
for those that don't know, it's this gigantic truck stop kind of thing.
Right,
Where,
right.
obviously, you can get gas, but it's like this whole world inside where they have everything. They have shopping, they have where you can get a pedicure, they have showers, they have every kind of food, like a food court.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like an event. People go
Right,
there and they're
right.
not even traveling. They just go up there to hang out and have fun. So,
I have a niece that's in Texas, and she loves to go there.
okay.
So that's how I heard of that. All
Okay.
the weird drinks and everything you would ever want in your life is there. So yeah,
It's really
there's that.
like a mall, but it's
Mm-hmm.
geared towards travelers and has extra things. Like you'll hear on the announcement, Steve, your shower is ready.
Like that.
So it's kind
Well,
of
those
fun.
people that stay overnight in their parking lot and stuff like
Right.
that. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Like truckers, like they
Mm-hmm.
can only drive for so many hours and then they have to take
Right.
a break so they can go and they have like a internet cafe where you can work on your computer. You
Mm-hmm.
can get a massage. I mean, it's like everything you can imagine. It's great. I think it's
I
wonderful.
feel deprived now.
Well, I didn't mean to do that. But the first thing that popped into my head when you said grocery store combo gas station, oh, I
Right.
wonder if it's a Buc-ee's.
No, but basically it's called a Sendix Fresh to Go.
Okay.
So that way they can, just go in there, get whatever. But we have such a clientele, they use it as a grocery store
Mm-hmm.
because it's just, especially during the pandemic, they
Oh,
like going there because it's smaller, closer to home. They didn't have to drive far. I have customers that'll come out there 3 times a day.
oh, really?
Oh yeah. Oh, really? Or and basically, some of them are kids that work for because there's like a lot of workers that come in there. Either
Okay.
they're construction workers or they're delivery. They'll come in the morning, get their coffee, and then they'll come in like later in the day, get a snack, and then noon hour they'll get their lunch.
Okay.
So it's like, and I'll say, okay, I'll see you tomorrow and stuff like
It's
that.
like
So
almost
I
like a cafeteria. Like why buy,
basically,
why
yes.
make
I
your
mean,
own
I
food?
have my regulars. So,
Yeah, I love that.
mm-hmm.
Well, and now I have to ask, we're in late April. Gas prices are coming down here in Georgia. I saw it yesterday for $3.37.
Well, you're cheaper than me.
I was going to ask, what are you guys seeing up there?
We're at 389 right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's
See,
weird.
I'm in charge of doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like, okay, so like basically I get an email from the people who are, that change the gas prices.
Uh-huh.
I have to change the gas prices, so I change the signs and everything like that, and make sure that the pumps are yeah, it's my fault.
Okay. Well, no, but it's so weird because last week I went out thrifting. I went to a different county, and in that county, the gas was $3.79.
Right.
The minute you cross the county line back into my county, it was $3.40.
It depends on where you are.
It's just weird how it can be so different.
Mm-hmm.
Just not even a mile apart.
I know, but it's like we're still like Chicago area is more expensive than us.
Uh-huh.
So once you hit Illinois, yeah, it's more expensive down there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's move on from that to talking about eBay.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get away from the
important because we all use it to get in our car and go thrifting or to garage sales or whatever.
Right,
so
right.
It's a business expense.
Yeah, you have to make sure you have your mileage all the time.
Yeah, right. So how did you get started with eBay?
Basically, in 2008, I was laid off, during that whole thing that happened.
The whole downturn, right?
Right. And I was never called back. Actually, it was like 2000, late 2008. It was like right after Thanksgiving. So
nice during the holidays to lose your
right. Well, it was like, I thought it was just give you like a vacation. Get called back after the holidays. Well, that never happened. Like I said, it was like come springtime, I found another part-time job. So I started working for Yankee Candle.
Oh, okay.
And so I can never sell Yankee Candle though, unfortunately. Okay, so yeah, my husband was a truck driver at the time, and he used to deliver there. And they were looking to hire people. And he says, "Well, my wife's out of work right now. Maybe she can use a part-time job." So I started working for Yankee Candle that way, and but there was that, and then I saw this article on selling books, and I had a whole mess of graphic novels. So I started like doing that, and then I went into Amazon and started selling that way.
Okay.
But then I had some books that I couldn't sell on Amazon, so I did eBay. Okay. So ElfQuest was actually what got me started on eBay.
What is it?
ElfQuest.
ElfQuest.
ElfQuest. Yes.
What is
it's
that?
The Wendy Penny, Pini, Richard and Wendy Penny. Okay. These books have been around since I bought them like in the 80s. Okay. And so they're about elves.
Okay.
And the humans that they don't get along, so it's always a battle. And they're trying to find their heritage. So anyways, I had the first book, and I did it on auction, and I think I started for, I don't know, as much as I paid for it because I had no clue what I was doing. Okay. Probably like $12 at the time, and I think I got $40 for it.
Okay.
So that started my love for eBay. Then also I had a food processor that I got as a wedding present that sat on a shelf that was new in the box. That one went crazy. And I said, oh, this might be something. So I kept it going all around the house and everything like that.
Like, what else do I have that?
What else? There's all this excitement. And then I realized I couldn't sell Yankee Candle because I worked for them.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then when the store closed, I got severance pay from them, so I could never sell for Yankee Candle.
Really? Even if you find it on the secondary market in a thrift store?
No, because I got severance pay because the store closed.
Oh, I didn't realize they had that rule.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to sign for. Yeah.
I know.
And now they're selling everywhere.
I know that, like, if you do Pampered Chef or what it was, 33 bags or whatever, like, if you're a distributor you can't sell it, but if you find it somewhere, you can.
No, even if you find it somewhere else because it has his name on it, you can't sell it.
Well, that stinks.
I know, that's what I said.
Man, I've got 2 retired ones for sale in my store right now. I think one is at $99 because it's the old one with like the checkerboard pattern on it.
Right.
With the white checkerboard. I think it's plumeria, but yeah, it's definitely an old one.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
So I sell party lights.
Okay.
Yeah, like the big candles. The 3x6s.
Okay.
Those do well for me.
Okay, so you just can't sell that.
Which I always thought was ironic, because when I was working for Yankee Candle, I would put party light in my Yankee Candle boxes and ship them out that way.
Oh, you had boxes. Good for you. Well, I mean, I guess it's like anybody else that just doesn't want to sell something because it's hard to ship or they don't like working with it or it's returned a lot.
Right.
I mean, it's just choices. But do you find Yankee Candle and then just keep it for yourself?
I have a whole mess of candles.
So
I used to get them for half price.
Somehow somebody's going to get those and they're going to sell.
Right. Yeah, I used to get them for half price though too with the wax.
Oh, my favorite was Stormwatch, and they discontinued that.
I know.
As with many others.
Right.
Love that.
And now they don't smell as good. They changed the recipe,
Like everything else in the world, they change. Why do you change something that's working perfectly? Probably because it's cheaper.
Well, plus it's supposed to be, I guess it was more of like secondhand smoke type of thing.
Oh, they're making it cleaner. Okay, I didn't even think about that because I know soy candles burn cleaner.
Right.
Than wax candles. Okay, that's interesting. So you were at...
Okay, so there was that.
Okay.
And then I started thrifting. Then I found out about you. I think my daughter was in middle school, and one of the other parents had you on Facebook, and she told me about you. And then
Really? Are you kidding?
Yeah, she gave me your name and everything like that, and that's how I was able to live. That was like about 2010, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was still, I think she was in eighth. She was done with grade school in 2011, so it was before that.
Okay.
So yeah, so I've been in your group for about 12 years.
Yeah, I know. That's why I reached out to you. I'm like, you're a veteran and you sell great, very interesting things. And I love your presentations in photos. So we'll get to that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. But so you started off selling stuff around your house, just random things.
Right.
And do you remember some of your bigger sales of just things that you had in your house you didn't even have to buy?
Well, like that food processor. That was a big one. And there was, actually my husband bought a fish tank. Which was, I know. And he thought, it was like it was 150 gallon fish tank, right?
Who wants to ship that?
Actually, that was somebody from Green Bay came down and picked it up.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a local one.
That sounds like a disaster.
It was interesting. And I had this guy who tried to tell me that I didn't know what I was doing, and I'm just like, because I went to a aquarium type of place to make sure I had the right size and everything like that. And he just kept. I'm just like, are you gonna buy this? He goes, no. I said, well, then why are you talking to me? So yeah, there was that. I've gotten some weird emails. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, over the years, it's like. It's just anything goes, and you just have to say no, thank you, or I'm not interested.
Right.
Or just shut them down at the beginning. Don't get into all these long, drawn out, dramatic things and all the stories about why your price is too high, and hey.
Oh yeah.
I don't go up to Ruth Chris Steakhouse and say I want a steak, but your price is too high. These people probably do. But that's their way of life.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
So,
was from the early times. And, and it's like, then I started going to Goodwill and other thrift stores in my area. And that was a whole thing, then finding stuff that way. And sometimes it's just getting there at the right time.
Mhm.
It seems like whenever I'm on a schedule is when I find stuff.
When you're on a schedule,
Well,
meaning,
I have to go to work quick,
oh,
right after work, so like I only have so little time, but I'll end up finding something really cool.
yeah, you're doing a quick drop by, just do a run through and
Mhm.
see what you can grab. And
Right,
that's when
right.
the goal is sitting there like it just got put out 5 minutes ago.
Right.
Yeah.
Or else it's I wasn't even planning on going there because it was too cold outside and end up accidentally going there.
The happy
Because
accident.
I'm gonna go to the grocery store, but no, my car goes over to Goodwill first. That's
I know
happened to
it
me.
isn't that weird how it just automatically goes there. Like you don't even have to drive. It just
No.
goes there. It knows.
It's like, wait a minute, why am I going this? Oh, well, all right, fine, we'll just go there now. And that's how I found this whole bag of sterling flatware for $35.
Okay, tell that story.
Okay, so yeah, it was 2015. Um, like I said, it was super cold out, but I needed something from the store. But instead of going to the store, I went to Goodwill. So go by the carts. There was too many people by the carts, so I go to check out the showcase. And there I saw this bag of flatware. So I have them open up the showcase. And like I said, it was like $35 for this bag of flatware. Look at it, and it was towel. Is that how you pronounce it? Toll? Toll.
Spell that Towle.
Yeah,
Okay, right. Uh-huh.
it's toll. All right. So that was, what was it? It was Symphony, I think it was. And yeah, I have no idea. I had like at least 3 or 4 listings. I did like a whole 12-piece set. I did a hostess set, and I did, teaspoons, whatever. I think I made like about $2,000 off of all that.
Wow.
I know, that was fun.
And you wonder how did that make it through Goodwill?
This was early. This is like I said, 2015. This is before they really were starting to look for things and stuff like that.
But still, I mean, it feels different when it's sterling, and
right.
like maybe they would have put it behind the glass case or
Well,
something.
it was in the showcase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they only had a price for $35.
Phew.
Oh, I did find that like 6 months before that, I found like 8 pieces of another toll set.
Okay.
Then those are only, when they're in like separate, they're only a dime a piece. So I paid 80 some cents for these 8 pieces, and they sold for over $110.
Nice.
So you just never know. And another one was, this was before my daughter went to college, and I did have to go to work that day, but it was summer, and I wanted to do some rummage sailing before I went to work. And there was this rummage sale that I'd been to before. I found a couple of, that's where I found that one game, the keys to the, I found this one game at Goodwill a couple of months ago called Keys to the Kingdom.
Okay.
Yeah, it was brand new. That's how I knew about that game.
Okay.
Okay. So I went there, and there was this pocket watch. And for the life of me, I could not get it open. But they only wanted $1 for it. So I'm thinking, well, my daughter is into anime, and there's this one that has there's this pocket watch in there.
Okay.
Okay, if anybody knows about Full Metal Alchemist, they'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Full Metal Alchemist.
They'll know
All
what
right.
I'm talking about. And so I said, well, if anything, I can give her this pocket watch. So she gets it open for me, and she goes, Mom, this is 14 karat gold. I go, oh. She goes, I'm not getting this pocket watch, am I? I go, no, you're not, honey.
Not now, honey.
Well, yeah, for $1, I got $400 for that.
Wow.
I
I say
know.
that a lot. I'm just like amazed that what slips through and
Hmm.
what can sell. It's just
Right. Well, like I said, this was a garage sale. I mean, they
uh-huh.
had these games for like $10 or something like that. Here, this pocket watch is only $1. It just bogs the mind.
And I say this so many times, but people are like, how can that happen? How does that slip through? And, if you're doing a downsizing, you're getting ready to move,
Hmm.
you got to get that stuff gone.
Right.
If you're, someone's passed away and you're dealing with their things from their estate, it's very exhausting to try
Hmm.
to sell all this stuff yourself. It's just, or you have to have everything out of the house by a certain date because it's sold, or all these reasons that people are just in hurry up mode.
Hmm.
And I mean, I know personally, researching just takes time, and you
Right.
have.
Oh yeah.
Um, I love doing it, but it's very tedious.
Hmm.
Like I'm working on my next BOLO book, and I can only work on it about 2 hours a day because I'm researching everything and finding the right pictures. And it's just very tedious. And then you get all these listings that there's such a wide range in the prices, and
Right.
you gotta come up with something.
Hmm.
Like how do you figure that out? And it just takes time and
But what I
concentration.
usually do is like, if there's like, I'll take like 10 listings
Mhm.
and I'll add them all up, and then I'll divide it by the 10, and that'll give me kind of an idea what the price I'm at.
Okay, that's a good strategy. Just take an average.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, trying to find like who the signature is or the marks. Like when I did that past sterling that I sold, that one I got $580 for,
Okay.
that was a lot of research.
Yeah, that's very tedious with
It
the
was a lot of
flatware.
research, looking at pictures, looking at like that there was an English marking. I never did find out what the whole thing was. I just knew where it was, where it was Sheffield, I think it was. And the year, I think maybe, I'm not sure. That just there was a lot of work to that one. But I mean, everything was like there was like etchings of 1906 or 1946. They said there's monograms and there's dates. They didn't care.
Do you use replacements.com for some research?
Sometimes yes.
What is
Like
your
if I'm
go-to
looking for
thing?
like stainless flatware, yes. And there's another website I have, but I haven't been able to really look at that one. I don't even know if that one's around anymore. So
Okay. So you mostly just look at completed listings on eBay?
that no, and replacements,
Mhm.
and if I can, I'll Google other websites if I can find them. I do
Mhm.
have another one. I just don't know what that one is right now.
And I find that the Google image search sometimes is worthless because
Sometimes.
it just brings up everything that's anywhere close to that
Hmm.
pattern, and
Right.
they're all different, but just there's a tiny variance. They're just a
Hmm.
tiny bit different, and
Right.
so it's just like, oh, really? This didn't find what I
And it
wanted.
helps you to get it help basically what it does, it gives you a starting point.
Right. Hmm.
So you at least have, okay, I can go here or go there or something like that.
Right. Do you have specialized knowledge in flatware, or that's just something you like to work with?
It I call it I have a little file thing in my head, so basically that kind of helps a little bit. I'll see something that I know, and that's but basically it. Or yeah, like I do look at replacements. That is very tedious. When you're especially when like with Oneida, they have all these like patterns that are so similar. Like the
Right.
flowers one, so you're like looking at
Yes.
you may have to make sure each one is the same that one.
Like, oh, this one, well, that one has a leaf on it. This one has a stem. This one has a
Mhm.
flower underneath. This one has a flower above. It's
Mhm.
like, so many.
Right.
Now I want to talk about the barware that
Oh, the
I've seen,
bottle.
the glasses, and you do very well with that. And you seem to find complete sets.
Oh, like the Name Your Poison one I found last year?
I'm
That was
not
the
sure. There, I just see that. I just associate barware and vintage.
right, right. That was the one with the stirs, and it had the different poisons and everything like
Was
that.
that Georges Briard?
It was actually series.
What is that?
Syrup. Syrup. It was syrup.
Spell that.
R-A.
SRA.
No, C-E-R-A.
Okay, it cut out. Okay, syrup.
Yeah, syrup.
Okay, all right, that's
Right.
good.
And I found it at an estate sale. I knew about it the night before because I saw it on Facebook. I did work that morning. I opened. So I got out of work about 2 o'clock. And then it took me another hour to get there because there were other rummage sales. So I got sidetracked.
Of course.
Of course.
You
So-
cannot drive by and not stop.
Right. So I got so it took I didn't get there until about 3:30. Plus I got lost twice. So there's that. But when I found it, go in there and it was an owner estate sale.
Okay,
Yeah.
not
So
a
it
company.
wasn't a company or estate sale. It was an owner of a house owner.
Those are the best.
Right. So I'm looking through the house and everything like that. And he's like, well, I have stuff in the garage too. And I said, okay. So I go in there and I see these glasses with the stirs, the glass stirs in there.
Yeah.
Oh God. And so I'm looking at stuff and he's saying, oh, and I'm looking at comps, and all of a sudden I saw like anywhere up to $175.
Really?
So I'm just screaming internally and I'm keeping my cool.
You're like the lady on the IKEA commercial. Start the car. Start the car.
Yeah. So I'm just like, so I'm like, how much? He goes, I'm taking no less than $10. I'm just like, okay.
I guess I could do that.
Yeah, I'm good. And I think I got a Viking cube votive holder, and I found a couple of other Viking figurines.
Okay.
So after I sold the glassware for over $150.
Nice.
I think I sold the cube for $54.
Okay.
So anything I made after that was just great. Because I think I spent $20 for everything. So that was nice.
Was that the one you had displayed on like the risers?
Yeah, that one. I also had the Culver. That was the Martini.
Okay.
That one, that's a rummage sale this woman has. She's like 2 miles away from my house. And she has a rummage sale at least twice a month during the summertime. Mm-hmm.
So what? She just buys stuff at thrift stores and then sells it.
Right, and then sells them at a rummage sale. I think actually her rummage sale was the first time I ever got a Remington tight curls.
Oh, Remington tight curls. Yeah,
that was the first
blue one.
It was her rummage sale. I found that at. And I was so underwhelmed seeing those because I thought, my God, it's such a, everybody was talking about it and everything like that. And I look at it and it's just this tiny set of rollers.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm just like, but they are what they are. I love those too. So
how much did you sell those for?
Those probably about 35 because it was just the rollers.
Uh-huh.
You know, it didn't have the clips or in the box or anything like that. I could sell those anywhere from, now I've raised the price to 46 because I used to sell them, bottom was like 35.
Mm-hmm.
And anywhere up to, I think I've sold them for like about $99 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
They used to be around 100. And for the listeners who don't know, they're blue hot rollers. They're very narrow. They're not big. And the pageant girls use them, the little girls, for the ringlet curls. And they have a wax center, which they don't make them anymore because they get too hot, and they had like lawsuits for burns and all this stuff. So they're floating around out there, and some, pageant moms will have 2 or 3 sets
Right.
for their girls because they have so much hair and they do them all at the same time. So that's still like a secondary market thing.
Right. I just found one a couple months ago, and that one sold for about $50, something like that. It was between 40 and 50.
Yeah. I think, more and more people know about it. So there's more for sale. So they don't sell for as much.
Right.
You can
Actually, I found it at a thrift store I don't really go to that often. So
you can sell just the rollers. You can sell just the base. You can sell the clips. Like, you can sell all of it separately. So if you don't find a complete set that's beautiful, that's okay. You can part it out.
Oh, I've done that already too.
Yeah. So you don't specialize really in anything.
Oh no, anytime I go to a rummage sale, they ask me what I'm looking for. I go, anything that perks my interest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, all over the place. I don't really do clothes though.
Mm-hmm.
I find I've done like Christmas sweaters in the past, but it's just too much measuring.
Well, you work as your retail job full time?
Yes, it is.
So you need things that you can list quickly and ship quickly. And clothing is a ship quickly thing, but definitely more work on the front end.
Right.
So, and I started with clothing because that's what was in the thrift store. There was so much of it. It was just like, how can I not look at this when 80% of what was in the Goodwill was clothing?
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. I don't really have a lot of patience looking at clothing. That's the other thing. So that's just me.
See, I'm the opposite. I find it very meditative, and I like the music they play, and my mind is somewhere else. It's like driving, and I get all these ideas for things. I'm constantly pulling out my phone. I'm like, oh, I should do a video about this, or I should look for that, and just, it's like a mindless activity for me, I guess, because I've been doing it for so long,
Well, even buying clothes for myself, I'm not that, very impatient. Like my mom, she could just do that for hours, and it's just like, well, are we done yet?
Yeah, that's what people say when they go shopping with me. It's like, you've been doing that for 2 hours. Can we leave now? I'm like, I haven't looked at everything yet. But I did find 2 major scores that I've never found before last week in the same store. One was the Loro Piana. It's a Italian brand. It's a linen shirt that retails for like $1,000.
Oh, really?
Never found that before. It's a men's item. And then I found an Emilio Zegna, which it's Zegna, cashmere sweater that retails for $1,400. Now
That's
it's
insane.
used. Yeah, it's used, and I need to make a few repairs, but I was like, oh, the thrifting gods are with me today. 2 things like that in one shopping trip. That's what keeps me going, looking through the clothing.
Oh, there you go.
Is you just never know what's in there.
Right.
Anyway, back to you. Now, your photos of your glasses that impressed me so much, because you had these risers that looked like what you'd put in your spice cabinet, where it gets higher and higher.
That's the story too, how I got that.
Okay, well, and then you had this cool light. It was almost a purplish light. I don't know. It was very striking. It looked like something in a magazine.
That's just my kitchen light to my camera phone. And the riser thing, I actually found that at a rummage sale. The woman used to do home interiors.
Okay.
So, and what's really cool about it, I mean, there's those normal risers, and then these actually they slide out, so it widens. And I got that for like $3.
I just thought that was so smart, because it is hard to photograph like a set of 6 glasses. They're all at the same level.
Right.
You had them where you could see several different perspectives.
Mhm.
And I know this probably sounds like a dumb thing, but I just thought that was so clever how you made that look. And I was
Oh,
like, what
thank
a great
you.
idea. I'm gonna find one of those things and use it for items that have, multiple parts or whatever. It was a great
Mhm.
display idea. So
Well, also, it's like I have the same glass. I always like to. It's easier just to like have one showing one side of it, and then other than trying to just do 4 pictures of the same glass.
right. Yeah.
The less pictures I have to take, the happier I am.
Well, and when you're doing sets, one might be chipped, one might have an issue, but they all don't have the same issue.
Right,
So
right,
you can
right,
show
right.
everything. And I'm just a stickler for photography
Mhm.
because I mean, we've all seen the listings on eBay that sell that's just like some old wrinkly garment thrown on an unmade bed. And
Mhm.
like, I would never buy that. It's so unappealing.
Right,
And
right.
I was researching scarves, like silk scarves, and went to completed listings and saw like they were all wrinkled and had been folded, and like it would have taken literally 1 minute to steam those scarves, and it was on so many listings, scarves that sell for $100 or more. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking, why didn't they take the time to make that look better? It takes 1 minute. So just, the only thing between you and your buyer is this computer screen.
Right.
So I don't care what you write in your description.
Mhm.
Half the time they don't read it.
It's all about visuals.
It's all about the photos. And
Mhm.
so obviously you don't want to be too OCD about it and spend hours taking pictures of
Mhm.
one thing. But
Well, and
you know,
also I use Paint Shop Pro
okay.
because that's my thing because I used to do stationery back in the day. So
Hmm.
that's my I just resize them, make sure they're sharp,
Hmm.
just because sometimes my camera can be stupid,
Hmm.
and just make sure that they're sharp and everything like that. And so I mean, it's like a couple minutes per picture, but still, that's to me is my thing I like doing. I like just making sure all the pictures look right and everything like that. And then I will find mistakes and I have to go take pictures again.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
But it's like you're trying to get money from people.
Hmm.
So you do want to take as many steps as possible to make that item look its best.
Right.
And because as a buyer, I think, oh, if this is a photo that was taken very quickly and there was no preparation, and this person doesn't have attention to detail, what else is going to go wrong? Are they going
Right.
to ship me the wrong item? Or is there something wrong with this they're not showing me? And it really is an indication of your attention to detail
Hmm.
to get those photos correct. And then so many shoppers, I think it's 60% now, shop on mobile, and it's a
Hmm.
tiny picture.
Right.
So yes, you can tap on it and enlarge it, but still, you got to remember people are looking at this little bitty screen, so you want to get those details in those photos.
Well, as a buyer too, or just trying to do research, when you're looking at all these pictures, and you're just like, how do I know what you have? And like, give me, or they don't take pictures of the back or the
Right.
signature or
There's just
anything like
one
that.
picture. Yeah, it's just one.
Hmm.
But you're right, doing research, that is very frustrating. Trying to see the item and make sure it's exactly what you have
Hmm.
and look at all the features of it. And, um, you know, maybe it's a vision issue with the seller. Like they don't have great vision, they're not wearing their reading glasses, whatever, and they don't know that their photos are coming out poorly. But if listeners, if you're struggling with sales, go back and look at your photos and see if they can be improved, because you've got that gallery photo. If you don't get them past that in search and get them to click on your listings and look at more, that's it. You are not going to get that sale if they don't click on your listing to look at it. A lot of competition. You got to
Yes,
be
there
better
is.
than everybody else. Yeah. So, okay. So you are you have a full-time job and you fit eBay in around it. How many
Right.
things do you have listed at usually?
Right now I have 45. I've been kind of like, I haven't really been listing the past couple weeks
Mhm.
because just my hours have been kind of really messed up lately. So I plan on, since I'm off today and tomorrow, I'm going to plan on listing today. So I have like 4 or 5 items I'm going to list today. So, I listed like, I think 2 days ago. It's just been really a weird schedule the last couple weeks. So that's that.
So how do you fit it all in working full time?
Either in the morning or in the evening. Yeah,
I mean,
because
do you have a schedule where, okay, on my day off, I'm going to do this?
right. Well, yeah, like before we had this, I did my thrifting.
Hmm.
So I always do like between 9 and 11. If I'm off, I will thrift
Right.
because there's two of them by my house, and then one opens at 10.
Okay.
So, and I got a few things today, so I'm happy. And but then after that, then I just take pictures, and then I'll try listing today. So it depends. And my husband's working tonight, so I'll have the house to myself. So there's that too.
No interruptions, right?
No interruptions.
No. Why don't you come watch this movie with me?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta watch this show. I know. Like, and I have to use I do have a purse. I have a fossil purse.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go over to my daughter's house and take pictures over there because she's got a mannequin.
Ah, okay.
So,
So are your kids grown and gone? No kids at
yeah,
home?
yeah. I only have the one daughter,
Okay.
and she was yeah, she's moved out already. She moved out actually. She went to college for a little bit, and then now she's closer to her job. She basically helps people that have disabilities get
Mhm.
into the work thing. Sort of like Goodwill, except it's a different company.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Now, are you trying to move toward retirement and have eBay as a
Basically,
backup?
right now it's just giving me an extra income.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Because you probably have benefits at your job that you don't
Right, right.
let
Because I
go
get
of.
vacation, I get insurance, and all that
Yeah.
other good stuff. Yeah,
That's something to hang on to these days.
I know, especially at my age. So there's that.
So, do you mind if I ask what year you were born?
62,
52?
62.
62. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you're about 4 years older than me.
Yeah, I
So,
did. I just had my birthday on Easter, so
oh, well, happy belated birthday.
thank you.
Oh, do you have a backlog of items not listed or are you pretty
Oh
just
yeah,
okay?
because there's things I've been like, like Pyrex bowls. It's
Pyrex
like
bowl.
I've just been trying to get the whole sets, and I'm thinking of just going in there and just start listing them singly.
Yeah.
Because I have this room, I need to get all this stuff out so I can actually make that into an eBay room.
Mhm.
Because that was my daughter's old room, and that's just been basically storage.
Okay.
So her and I are going to be working on that so we can make that into my office.
Okay.
So then I also
Wow.
want to get one of those light boxes I've been thinking about. I've been thinking about doing that too. Because basically what I'm using is a piece of like those cardboard things that
Uh-huh.
you use for displays, which I actually need a new one because that's got holes.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And
I have a light box. It took me forever to buy it. Like, oh, I don't really need it, but it's the bigger size and it's on the
right,
floor. So I just
right,
sit on the floor and do it. I don't need it on a table, but it does definitely help.
right. Because basically how I take my pictures is I set up the kitchen table,
Hmm.
with the background and a towel and my things and stuff like that. So that's a process in itself.
Right.
And plus being able to get into the kitchen. That's another thing.
We can't eat tonight because I'm taking pictures. So yeah, I find that when you have a dedicated space for taking pictures, it's just so much faster because you can just pop in there, take pictures of 5 things.
Right.
Go get them listed. And the setup and takedown does eat up time. Yeah, so something to strive for.
Right. Especially when you find out you have to retake pictures. That always just like,
Yeah. That's a bummer. Or when you go to take the picture under that great bright light, you're like, oh, I did not see that problem. Can I fix that? Can I clean that? Or should I just do it as is?
Right. Yeah. Because when you look, basically like when you go to Goodwill, the lighting is always bad. Even if you take it to the window and try and get the sunlight coming in and looking at it that way. There's times where obviously you get home and it's like, oh, I got this. You get so excited about something and you just like, or it's hidden underneath the pricing. Like they just know where to put it. So,
let's cover that up so they'll buy it.
That's happened to me a few times.
Yeah. Well, and I think there's some kind of Goodwill gremlin that there's this special lighting in there that the flaws disappear. And then when you take it out of the store, then you see them. Once you bought it, then you see the flaws.
And what really sucks now is that they have a no return policy now in our state. So
we've never had returns in Georgia.
No?
Nope.
Okay. All right. I feel bad for you now. Well,
after COVID, they do 7-day returns on clothing, which you don't buy.
Right.
But you have to take it back to the same store.
Right.
So if you're across town for an appointment and you just drop by and then you get home with something, you have to go back and return it.
No.
But before that, nope, no returns. And I always thought that was weird hearing people talk about returning. Like if it doesn't sell, I can return it. And I'm like, what do you mean? Right. They take returns?
Yeah, it's like basically we had a 10-day return.
Okay.
So basically, like if I would like go back and I say, well, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but I'm sorry, I have to return this. Or I would find something. I didn't return very often, but it was nice being able to have that option.
Yeah, that's a good safety net if you buy a more expensive item and then you get it home and there's a problem like electronic or something like that. And
all we got was a credit anyway.
Yeah, but you'll spend that.
Oh yeah, I knew I would spend that. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And that happened right around when the pandemic started, because it was like March. They said the end of March that they were going to start not taking returns. So it happened, and everybody thought it was a pandemic that did that. I said, nope, it already started before that.
Yeah, it's weird how Goodwills in every state have different policies, rules, prices. Everything's different. Our Goodwill has raised prices on clothing by 10 cents. Because it's been the same prices forever, for probably 10 years. And then I got home one day and I was logging in my stuff and I'm like, these prices are different. But I mean, if you think about it, across all the stores in North Georgia, all the clothing is now 10 cents more. I mean, that's just easy money for them. So what are you going to do?
Right.
Go on half price color day, go on senior day, which I can do. I
can do that now.
I know. That was an exciting birthday, wasn't it?
I'm like, oh yeah. Well, I did get senior day for another thrift store when I was 55. So yeah, like we'll just accept my senior days.
What's the senior age for Goodwill in your state?
It's 60.
60?
60.
Oh, see, that's my fear is they're going to raise the senior age because I got it last year when I turned 55. And I thought they're going to start raising that age. But you know what? They just better grandfather me in.
You'll probably be grandfathered in.
Because I'm already getting it. They're going to have a lot of mad old ladies.
Oh, they don't want that.
Change it now. because that is a social event.
Right,
I usually
right,
go
right.
later on the senior day, like after 2,
Yeah, the
because
thing is only on Wednesdays.
oh, you have it on Wednesdays? Yeah, we only have
Uh-huh.
it on Tuesdays.
Right, right. Now, like St. Vincent de Paul, they have it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So there's 4 days.
Oh,
Out of the,
wow.
yeah. So when they say, "Oh, you get 10% off," I'm just like, I already get 10% off because I get their
Yeah.
text messages. So like they'll do like half off of one item, they'll do 10 off of 25 or 5 off of
Is
15.
that Goodwill or St. Vincent?
St. Vincent.
Okay.
Yeah,
What
so I
is
get
your
the
discount at Goodwill, your senior discount percentage?
that I think is 10. I haven't actually gotten a chance. Next Wednesday I can go.
Okay.
And then I'll get my first chance to do the senior discount because I usually work on Wednesdays, unfortunately.
And it's only 10%?
I think it's only 10%. I'll have to
Ours is
find out.
25.
I'll have to find out.
So
I haven't
25% is significant.
Yeah, I'll have to find out. I mean, it's like only 10% in St. Vincent de Paul, so I'll have to find out. Yeah, so that'll be interesting.
Well, I mean, it adds up over time if you're always going.
Right, right,
It's part of your lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I can't make it on Tuesdays. It just doesn't work out. But I quit going Tuesday mornings because my daughter calls it the silver flood.
Mm-hmm.
Like the elderly people that are
Right,
wheelchairs
right.
and have walkers, and it's just a lot to navigate around.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see them out there doing something,
Right.
but it's and then the line is really long to check out, and they don't. A lot of times they're not looking for anything. They just know they get a discount, so they want to go. But so if I wait till afternoon, then it's thinned out a little bit more.
Well, our stores are different. It seems like there's hardly anybody in the morning, but in the afternoons, that's when it gets crazy.
Maybe it's because of all your ice and snow. They don't want to get out till the sun comes out or something.
That could be. I'm always like there before the door opens. Go in, do my thing. Check out the carts and stuff like that. And it seems like there's less people because I don't like a lot of people in the store.
Yeah, me either. It's just
No.
I don't.
It seems like you have to try and navigate around them and everything like that, and they don't like to move. So there's that.
Well, and like if school's out that week or whatever, and there's lots of moms and kids, it's just kids are running everywhere, and I feel like saying, "Okay, you guys need to get out of the way. I am working." This is my job.
Right. Well, or even if you say, "Excuse me," they give you this look like, what do you mean, excuse me? They've done that.
Yes, this is our occupational hazard when other people get in the way. Okay, well, here we are. We've been going almost an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was all nervous about this and everything.
Why?
I don't know.
That's what everybody says. They're like, I won't have anything to talk about. I'm so average. And I'm like, everybody's experience is different.
Mm-hmm.
So if you get invited on this podcast, it's just 2 people talking about our passion, what we love to do. And it's not hard. It just organically flows. So the last question I always ask is, what kind of advice would you give to other sellers, people just getting started, or maybe in your situation where you're still working a full-time job?
Mm-hmm. Well, just keep at it. Always, like the BOLO books, research and find your passion.
Mm-hmm.
Find the things that you like to find.
Focus on what you enjoy doing, because I feel like when I'm working with products, I really love the time just passes.
Right.
I don't even think about, I should have had lunch an hour ago, or, it's just, it's fun. And that's when you're in the zone, you're in the flow.
Right.
And time just passes and you don't even realize it.
And enjoy the treasure hunts, because they're always a good time.
yeah, it's just, you just never know what's going to be on that shelf in front of you.
Mhm.
I love to go when they're putting out things.
Mhm.
I don't hover because I just think that's rude. And I see people that just stand by that back door waiting for the stuff to come out, and then they follow the employee and they just hover over them. And I think that's
Kind of rude.
that's not me. That's not me. If I'm meant to have it, I'll find it.
Right.
So, but the stuff that just gets put out is, I used to be the opposite. I'm like, I only want the things on the sale color. What have people missed that has been here for weeks? I still find that kind of stuff, but now it's like, I'm going to pay full price, because if it's a higher dollar item, you can justify that.
Right.
So I think that's how your business evolves is, I know when I got started, I didn't have a lot of money to put into inventory. I mean, every dollar mattered.
Right.
So it was really hard to change that perspective of go for the higher dollar stuff. And I bought a men's camel hair coat for $10. It sold for $90. Like, you have to do it over and over again and get comfortable
Right.
with paying a little bit more and build your confidence level that, yes, these things will eventually sell, but you have to trust yourself and go with that instinct.
Like this morning, this woman said, "Oh, I just kept my money in my pocket. I didn't find anything to sell." And I'm thinking, I need to spend money to get money. But I didn't say anything to her. I just let her go on her thing. But I'm thinking, it's like, I have to spend money. I need to find something to spend money on so I can make money.
Right.
That's what it's about.
And I feel like you have a good instinct when you see something, you just know, oh yeah, somebody's going to love that.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes with time.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you again for fitting me into your busy day off. I didn't realize you were going thrifting this morning, because you're like, I can't do it till after 12.
That's my schedule. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize. It's good that you have a schedule, because you've already been out and got some things and get those listed or work on your pile, whatever it is. But
And actually, I'm gonna go to a few rummage sales after we're done here.
Okay, well then I won't keep you any longer.
Well, thank you for inviting me. This was fun.
Good.
And I've told people that I was doing this, like, "Oh, I'm doing this," and then they go, "Oh, you had fun." I said, "Thank you."
And you'll be famous.
I know. I told people, I'm gonna be viral.
You can send the link to your friends and say, I'm famous now.
Yeah, really.
But we will see you on the group. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the conversation with Carla, and I hope you did too. Today's motivational quote comes from Olivia Newton-John. I just finished listening to her audiobook, and it was so delightful to hear her voice for 6 hours. But she's had some pretty tough life struggles. She's had cancer 3 times and beat it. So her quote is, "My biggest mistake was my best lesson. You don't learn anything when everything is going perfectly." Isn't that the truth? Thanks so much for taking the time to listen to my podcast, and I will be back again next week. Have a profitable and productive day on eBay. Bye.